Dear students, hope you are all well. I am NAYAK. Today I am going to teach you how to solve a pair of given linear equations by the method of substitution. Here, before that, we will try to see what are the various ways to solve a given pair of linear equations in two variables. Different ways to solve a pair of linear equations. Different ways to solve a pair of linear equations. One, by graphical method. Or you can say geometrical method, oblique geometrical method, geometrical method. Graphical method or geometrical method. The other way, you can say algebraic method, algebraic or analytical method. So there are the two ways. In the previous classes, we have seen how to solve a given pair of linear equations by graphical method. Now, in analytical method, again, there are various ways. They are like this. One, substitution method. Substitution method. Then elimination method. And then cross So, these are the various ways to solve a given pair of linear equations in two variables. First, graphical method or the geometrical method, which I have already studied in the previous classes. You can refer to my previous videos this method I have taught you in a very holistic manner. Now, here the other way is the algebraic or the analytical method. In analytical method, there are again of three types: substitution method, elimination method, and the cross multiplication method. Today we are going to solve some problems based on substitution method, and in the coming classes we will try to solve by the method of elimination and by the method of cross multiplication. Now let us see what the deficiencies in this particular method. What are the difficulties, or you can say the shortcomings of this particular method? In this method, first, the method is if the point of intersection or if the solution of a given pair of linear equation comes out to be whole numbers, say 2, 3, or integers, precisely speaking integers, -2, -3, or +5, +7, +10. In that case, it is very easy to get the values or to see the values on the graph paper. But if the solutions of a given pair of linear equations, suppose √2 or √3, yes, the solution to a given pair of linear equations are any real numbers. They can be any real number. So the solution may be like this. And if the point of intersection, while solving by the method of graphical method, the point of intersection comes out to be like this, then it is very difficult. Or if it comes out to be 1.27, 3.45, in this type of things, see, here it is the main deficiency or the difficulty in this graphical method is this. If the solutions are not integers, or if it is suppose 17 by 23 and 42 by 22, if this type of things solutions are like this, if the solutions are like this, then we will unable to find the point of intersection precisely by the help of graphical method. And moreover, it is also time consuming. Here, this whatever the shortcomings or difficulties are there, this is completely not here by these things, by these methods. So there is no hard and fast rule. So which is better and which is easier or which is better than the previous. It is not like that. You can apply any method given in the as per the questions given to you. That we will see one by one when we will go to these methods. Now we will do some questions based on substitution method. I will again repeat. These are the various ways to solve a given pair of linear equations, two variables, graphical method and algebraic method. In algebraic method, again there are three different methods, that is substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method. Today we are going to study how to solve a given pair of linear equations, two variables by the method of substitution. So the question is question 3.5 from the exercise 3.3. The question is, a fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. If 3 is added to both numerator and the denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. Find the fraction. Here we will try to solve this given question by the method of substitution. First, in such type of questions, first of all, read the questions thoroughly. Word by word you read it. Until and unless you understand the question, you can never be able to get the solution. So try to read it 1 time, 2 times, 10 times. 10 times. There will be no issue. But you have to understand. Until and unless you understand the question, you cannot frame the equations. And if the equations are wrong, ultimately the solutions will be wrong. So first of all, you understand the question. Then next, what you have to find it out. This is very important. You have to find this is the unknown. You have to find the fraction. So now what is a fraction? A fraction is written in this way. X by y having a numerator and a denominator. So example of fraction, 1 by 2 is a fraction. Minus 3 by 4 is also a fraction. Root 2 by root 5 is also it may not be a fraction because these are not real numbers, but these are all fractions and these are not rational numbers. This may be a fraction. So a fraction essentially consists of a numerator and a denominator. So therefore, if you want to find the fraction, you have to know the numerator as well as the denominator. So let solution, let the numerator be x and the denominator be y. So there are two unknowns. As I have told you in the earlier classes, if there are two unknowns, we have to frame two equations. after framing two equations, we have to solve it. And we will solve it by the method of substitution. You can apply any method, but for the sake of this question only, this exercise, we will solve this framed equations by the method of substitution. Now next, after denoting the unknown by two variables x and y, we have to frame two equations. Now, based on the given conditions, since we need, remember dear students, since there are two unknowns, so we need two equations, no more, no less. Two equations to get the values of x and y, and those two equations can be formulated by the given conditions in the question. Definitely you have to search it out, what are the conditions. There will be two conditions, and based on those given conditions, we have to formulate two equations, and we will solve those two equations to get the value of this fraction. That's it. Now let us see what are the given conditions in this equation. A fraction becomes 9 by 9. So let the numerator be x and the denominator be y. So therefore, the fraction, since a fraction is numerator by denominator, the fraction is equal to x by y. According to the first condition of the problem, according to the first condition of the problem, what we see? We see a fraction becomes 9 by 11, means this is the fraction now. Now this fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. 2 is added to both numerator and denominator. Numerator is x, so x. 2 is added to the numerator. Now 2 is also added to the denominator. Denominator is y, so 2 is also added to the denominator. So now our original fraction was x by y. Now as per the given condition, now our new fraction is this, where x plus 2 is the new numerator and y plus 2 is the new denominator. Now according to this given condition, this becomes 9 by 11. So the original fraction, when 2 is added here and 2 is added here, this original fraction becomes this, that is equal to 9 by 11. So now here we have to bring it in the form of a1x plus b1y is equal to c1. So what implies 11x plus 22 is equal to 9y plus 18, implies 11x minus 9y is equal to 18 minus 22, it will be minus 4. This is equation 1. Now we will try to get the second equation. Now according to the second condition, what we get? Similarly, if 3 is added to both numerator and the denominator, it becomes 5 by 6. So x is the numerator, 3 is added to it, y is the denominator and 3 is added to it. If it is like this, then it becomes what? 5 by 6. Let us simplify. If you simplify, it will become 6x plus 18 is equal to 5y plus 15. This implies 6x minus 5y is equal to 15 minus 18 minus 3. This is the second equation. Now we have framed, as I told you, we have to frame two equations. Now based on the given conditions in the question, we have framed two equations. Those two equations are solving equations 1 and 2, that is 11x minus 9y is equal to minus 4, and then 6x minus 5y is equal to minus 3. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. We have to solve these two equations. We have to solve these two equations. How? By the method of substitution. You can take the screenshot. Now we'll solve it. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now here we'll solve it by the method of substitution. What we will do, you can consider any of the two equations. Now let us consider from equation 1 we get. From equation 1 we get what? We get minus 9y is equal to minus 4 minus 11x. We have kept it here, and 11x has been transposed from left hand side to right hand side. So it was plus 11x, it become now minus 11x. Now here, to simplify, you remove this, so multiply both sides by minus side. And what will happen? So it will become 9y is equal to 4 plus 11x. So implies y is equal to 4 plus 11x by 9. So now this is equation 3. What we have done? From equation 1 we have expressed y in the terms of x. We have expressed y in the terms of x. This is, now we will put the value of y from here in equation 2. Putting the value of y, in equation 2. Please remember, don't try to put it here, because we have derived y in this form from equation 1. Now we have to put that value in equation 2. What we get? 6x minus 5. In place of y, we will put this one. 4 plus 11x by 9 is equal to minus 3. Now we'll just simplify. Implies here the LCM will be 9. So 9 6 54x minus 5 11 minus 5 55x, then minus 5 4 20 is equal to minus 3. Here simplifying, 54 minus 50 minus x minus 20 is equal to cross multiplication, it will be minus 27. So here it implies x minus x is equal to, if you take that side, then minus 27 plus 20, it will be minus 7. So therefore it gives x is equal to 7. Dear students, we have got the value of x by the method of substitution. Why this method is called substitution? Because from the first equation we brought y in the terms of x, and that y has been substituted. Putting the value means substituting the value of y in equation 1. Here, instead of writing putting, you can also write substituting. You can also write substituting. substituting the value of y in equation 2. So therefore this method is called method of substitution. Now you have got x is equal to 7. Simple, when you got x is equal to 7, we have to now get the value of y. To get the value of y, you put the value of x in equation 3, you will get the value of y. Putting the value of x in equation 3, what we will get? Y is equal to 4 plus 11x by 9. It will be 4 plus 11x is 7 by 9. So it will be equal to 4 plus 77. 4 plus 7. 4 plus 77. 4 plus 77 by 9. So it will be 81. It will be 81 by 9. So is equal to 9. So we got y is equal to 9. So dear students, we have got the fraction, because fraction was x, numerator was x and the denominator was y. So the required fraction is x by y 7 by 9. Let us check. In this type of questions, you should remember always that we can easily check whether our answer is correct or not. So when you got this answer, don't try to check it by the equations you have framed. You try to check it from the question itself. A fraction is now 7 by 9. What if 2 is added? You add 2. 7 plus 2 and 9 plus 2. What it becomes? 9 by 11. You see, you have got 9 by 11. Fraction? A fraction becomes 9 by 11. You see. The original fraction was this. When the 2 was added to the numerator and 2 was added to the denominator, then the fraction becomes 9 by 9. So the first condition is satisfied. Now the second condition is 3 is added to both numerator and denominator. Let us add 3. So it will be 7 plus 3 by 9 plus 3. So 7 plus 3 is 10 and 9 plus 3 is 12. So it is equal to 2 5 is 10, 2 6 is 12. 5 by 6. Now it has become 5 by 6. That's it, dear students. So in this way, you can solve word problems like this by the method of substitution. Now exercise this one, and we will this next question. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago, Jacob's age was 7 times that of his son. Now, what are their present ages? Solution. Here, so one is Jacob and another character is son. Now, father and son. Now, here, these are called age type problems. Previously the question which we carried out, that was called numerical type problem, fraction type problems. So here age type problems. In these things you should keep one thing in mind. Now suppose father and son, the difference in their age, that is not going to change throughout life, but the times will change. Suppose Jacob's age is 40 and the son's age is suppose 10. Suppose, before doing this question, I am making a little bit of explanation. I am giving a little bit of explanation. You should remember this thing in such type of age problems. So here, Jacob's father's age is suppose 40 years and son's year is suppose 10 years. So son's age is now, father's age is 4 times the age of son. Now if you see, suppose after 5 years, this is the present age, suppose. After 5 years, Jacob will become 45 years, whereas son will become 15 years. Now here, now Jacob is now, the father is now 3 times older. But previously, Jacob was 4 times older. So here, this will change. So that number of times may change, but the difference will remain the same. Here the difference is 30, here also the difference is 30. That's it, dear students. So the difference between the age of Jacob and son, father and son, will remain after 5 years, 10 years, or before 5 years. Oh, they will remain the same. Difference will remain the same. They are not going to vary. But the number of times the age will be more, the father's age will be more than the son, that will vary. Because you see, again I will repeat. Now suppose the present age of Jacob is 40 and the son's age is 10. So now Jacob is 4 times older than son. But after 5 years, Jacob will become 45 years and son will become 15 years. Now Jacob is only 3 times older. So these times will change, but the difference will remain the same. So with this, let us try to solve this equation. Now here you have to understand a little bit of English. 5 years hence means after 5 years. And 5 years ago it is very clearly understood, it is self-explanatory, but 5 years hence means after 5 years. So it can also be written like this: after 5 years the age of Jacob will be, you see it is will shows it is in future. Now it means after 5 years Jacob will be 3 times, but before 5 years he was only 7 times. He was 7 times. I told you the times may change, but the difference will remain the same. So what are the present ages? So these are the unknowns. So let Jacob's age be x years and son's age be y years. We have taken the variables. Now since there are 2 variables, so we need to frame 2 equations. Let us formulate first condition. According to the first condition, of the given problem, what we get? 5 years hence. Before that you have to do a little bit. What you have to do? After 5 years, it is present. Jacob's present is, sorry dear students, you have to write here Jacob's present age. They are asking about the present age. Let Jacob's present age be x and son's present age be y. So after 5 years, Jacob's age will be x plus 5. Similarly, son's age will be y plus 5. Right? Simple. Because if the present age is x, then after 5 years, Jacob's age will be x plus 5 and the son's age will be y plus 5. Now, what is the condition? The age of, after 5 years, the age of Jacob will be 3 times, as I told you, thrice, 3 times 3 into that of the son's age. So according to the first condition, what we will get? Jacob's age means x plus 5 will be equal to 3 times that of his son. 3 times means 3 into, this is son's age, y plus 5. So dear students, we have framed the first equation from the first condition. Now we will just simplify. What we will get? X plus 5 will be equal to 3y plus 15. So it gives x minus 3y will be equal to 15 minus 5, it is 10. This is the first equation. So first equation has been formulated from the first condition. Now we have to formulate a second equation from the second condition. But the second condition says 5 years ago. Now before 5 years, 5 years ago, don't write like this, right? 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Jacob's age was, now present age is x, so Jacob's age will be x minus 5, and son's age was y minus 5. Simple. Now this is not the equations. We have to equations like this. There is no equal to sign here. So equations like this. You go to my all previous classes. You will be able to understand things very minute details you can understand. Now here Jacob's, now here what is that? Was 7 times. So according to the second condition, of the problem, what we can write? Jacob's age was 7 times. So this was Jacob's age will be equal to 7 times the son's age. This was the Jacob's age. Jacob's age will be equal to 7 times means into, the thing times means always into. So 7 times the son's age. Now we will simplify. If you simplify, you will get x minus 5 is equal to 7y minus 35. So it gives x minus 7y will be equal to, here it will become minus 30. This is equation 2. So dear students, here if you do up to this much also, you can get marks. Provided it is not an MCQ type question. If it is a descriptive question, even if you can frame these two equations, suppose this question is of 5 marks. If you even reach up to these two equations, the teacher will give you some marks. It may be due to some time shortage or whatever. If you can reach up to this point, now suppose during substitution, during solving of these two equations, if you get the wrong answer, then also, but it depends upon the mercy of the examiner. So here we have framed 2 equations. Now what we have to do? We have to solve it. You can take the screenshot. Now let us solve. What is it? The first equation is solving x minus 3y is equal to 10 and x minus 7y is equal to minus 30. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. I will rub these things out. What we do? Here you see, here the context, don't try to now express y in the terms of x. From here you express x in terms of y, which is easy. From equation 1 we get x is equal to 10 plus 3y. Put this as equation 3. Substituting the value of x from equation 3 to equation 2, we get what? In place of x we can write here in this equation 3 it is x minus 7y minus 30. Now since x is this, so we will substitute the value of x from here to here. So it will be 10 plus 3y minus 7y is equal to minus 30. Implies 3y minus 7y minus 4y is equal to minus 30 minus 10 minus 30 minus 10 minus 40. So implies y is equal to minus 40 by minus 4 minus 40 by minus 4 is equal to 10. So we got y is equal to 10. Now putting the value of y in equation 3, putting the, we can write it there, putting the value of y in equation 3, we get x is equal to 10 plus 3y. So 10 plus 3, y is 10. So is equal to 10 plus 30 is equal to 40. So students, we got the values of x and y. So solution. So therefore, Jacob's present age is x. X was 40 years. And son's present age is 10 years. We have got the answer. Now let us check. Bear in mind that in such type of word problems, you can always check. Check. Now don't try to check this your answer from these equations. You try to check from the question. 5 years hence means after 5 years. After 5 years, Jacob will be equal to 40 plus 5, 45, and the son will be 10 plus 5, it will be 15. Now Jacob is 3 times is coming. Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. So first condition is satisfied. Now the second condition, 5 years ago, before 5 years, Jacob was 40 minus 5, 35 years, and the son present age is 10. So before 5 years he was 5 only. So now you see 7 times. Now Jacob is 5, 7, 35. 7 times the son says. So second condition is also satisfied. So your answer is beyond doubt correct. So that's it, students. So we have tried to solve these equations by the method of substitution. So we will try some more questions also, even from exemplar. And in case you are unable to understand, you can write the comments. So I will try to explain in further details. So that's it for the today's class. In case you have liked this video, then you please try to subscribe, as I always request you. So it is just for my motivation, and at the same time you will also get the notification whenever I upload a video, and it's completely free. So till then, enjoy, dear students. Thank you.